This might end up being the craziest looking Adidas we see all year. So back during NBA All-Star Weekend 2023, Adidas unveiled the future of its basketball division, showcasing several upcoming sneakers. There were a few that stood out, and one of them was undoubtedly this, the Adidas Mad Infinity. It's finally here, and in this video, I'll be telling you all about this shoe. So these released 1 week earlier in Europe, and they will be releasing in North America on February the 15th for a retail price of $180 or 180 euros. The retail price on this shoe is $20 higher than the price of the Crazy Infinity, which came out last year. And when these were first showcased, they actually had a different name. They were initially called the Super Team 2000S, but the name was officially changed to the Mad Infinity. And after seeing the Crazy Infinity last year, you can only imagine what the next Adidas shoe will be called, maybe Insane Infinity if we're keeping with that theme. And this is the OG carbon colorway. It's basically an all over black pair. There's barely any branding on this shoe. You get some very little Adidas branding here done in blue. You see it on the heel as well as on the toe, but other than that, it is quite a minimalistic looking shoe. The pair we saw first actually had an orange colored Adidas logo. Now this sneaker and just the overall look of it, while it not may be for everyone, it is very much representative of Adidas basketball. If you think back to the original Kobe's, they were just as bulky. And just quick history lesson in case you guys didn't know already, Kobe Bryant was initially signed with Adidas before he moved over to Nike. And while he was there, they made two signature sneakers for him, the Kobe 1s and the Kobe 2s. And they looked like absolute tanks, some of the bulkiest looking sneakers on the market at the time. And Kobe, well, he wasn't feeling them at all. So much so that he actually forfeited $8 million so that he could get out of his Adidas deal, and he ended up signing with Nike the following summer. And it was apparently the Kobe 2 that was the final straw for him. He saw that shoe and he was literally like, nah, I'm leaving. And even with that not so great history, it is still the Kobe 2 which seems to be the sneaker that has inspired this one the most, the Mad Infinity. If you just look at the overall design of the shoe, it does seem like a modern reinterpretation of the Kobe 2s. Now Adidas seems to be marketing this sneaker as both a basketball sneaker as well as one that can be used for lifestyle purposes, because some of the promotional photos of the shoe showcase the sneaker being worn for casual wear. Now I won't be giving you a performance review of this sneaker. I have not played ball in it, so this review is for lifestyle purposes only. So let's start off with the box. You get a pretty standard Adidas basketball box here. It's done in all over black and it features the Adidas logo done in this cream color. And moving on to the shoes, well, let's first talk about the materials. There is quite a different combination of materials used on the shoe, and you can see on the lateral and medial side, it's almost like there's different layers to the shoe. First of all, this top layer right here, so that is made out of a black leather. You then have a mesh layer underneath which features some 3M, and then you have this suede layer down here which seems to be done in like a washed black color. And what's pretty unique about the shoe is this mesh panel here which covers the laces, so most of the laces in fact is not visible, which I actually think is a very cool look. The Crazy Infinities also have something similar, however that has a zipper which seemed to have no functional purpose at all, so I'm kind of glad they got rid of that on this pair. On the toe you also have one more patch of suede there, and then you see these three little 3M dots. And now moving down to this very maybe extremely chunky midsole here, the midsole is made out of an EVA foam and it is absolutely massive. You also do get some TPU inserts on the midsole. There also is a hole in the midsole which is not there for any particular reason other than just the looks. It is possible you might get some rocks trapped in there. And putting these on feet, I have to say the shoe is pretty comfortable, and that midsole definitely has a very responsive feel. It is pretty bouncy and the cushioning is soft enough. The shoe just generally has a very good build quality and it feels well put together. However, my biggest downside with the shoe is the sizing. So it does feel extremely tight on feet. I got this in my true size, which is a US 11, and my feet are absolutely crying for help. I would suggest at the very minimum to go up half a size, and if you have wider feet, I would even suggest going up a full size in this shoe. And that is definitely a downside with this sneaker because it is already a very bulky looking shoe. It looks pretty big on feet, so Not a big fan of having to get an even bigger size than I need to, but these shoes just seem to have a lot of thick material, so at the very minimum, guys, you want to be going up half a size in this sneaker. Okay, so this is the how to style portion of the video, and I gotta be honest here. So when I recorded this, I was feeling this fit, thinking, you know what, this looks pretty good with these shoes, but now that I'm watching the footage, I gotta take it back. Now, this fit, I don't think I really pulled it off here, mainly because I think I wore the wrong pants. So the pants I wore here are the Levi's loose fitting jeans, and I definitely wanted to wear something looser fitting with these type of shoes, but what I should have done is worn something even baggier. When wearing really bulky shoes like this, basically the baggier the pants, the better the shoes are gonna look, because you want to kind of hide that bulkiness by wearing some baggy fitting pants. So I think some baggy cargos or some parachute pants in this case would work best. Overall, here's my thoughts on the Mad Infinity. So I actually spent an entire podcast episode just talking about in general how Adidas basketball has been quite impressive over the last couple of years, especially compared to its competitors, which seem to be releasing just the same looking sneakers for their basketball divisions. Adidas basketball, meanwhile, has been really innovative, putting up designs that we've never typically seen on a basketball shoe. I've been a huge fan of that recent Anthony Edwards line. Then you had the Fear of God basketball line come out as well, which looks great. And then yeah, with the Crazy Infinity, with the Mad Infinity, I love what Adidas is trying to do here. Not just giving us very generic basketball looking sneakers, but really innovating when it comes to design. And these right here, while I don't think I would personally get a lot of use out of them because they are quite a difficult shoe to style, I still think this is a very cool sneaker. But I want to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys feel about the Adidas Mad Infinity. Are you planning on getting a pair of these, or are you going to be waiting for some additional colorways? Do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I'm getting very close to that 100K mark, so it would mean a lot. And if you found the video useful, drop a like. Also make sure you are following me on Instagram. That is where I am the most active. And do not forget to check out my sneaker podcast, which is available on Spotify and Apple Music, the Kickback Sneaker Pod. The links can be found in the description. I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for stopping by. Peace.